Let's start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this team looks really good. You know, they're getting healthier. Highsmith had a sack. Offensive line is playing a lot better. They only gave up 1 sack to Cleveland Browns defense line. That's pretty solid. Myles Garrett, he had the sack, I believe, in this game. No George Pickens in this game. Didn't matter. Offense still put up 27 points. And Jameis Winston, he struggled. It was more interceptions. It was less, him being electrifying and having big passing production. None of that really happened in this game. Steelers defense held him in check for majority. The defensive lineman, Benton, he had an interception. It was a bad Jameis Winston interception. But the run game got going. And yeah, defensively, with Highsmith back, the Steelers don't have a weakness on their defense. Really fucking good defense. This is a defense that could win a championship. Probably one of the better defenses the Steelers have, probably one of the best defenses Steelers have had in a while, because that secondary is very improved. Dante Jackson, Cam Sutton is back. Dante Jackson has 4 interceptions. Bishop Jr. has been an impressive rookie this year. So Mika Fitzpatrick is still one of the top safeties in the league. So if the Steelers team could stay healthy, Russell Wilson, if he could keep playing confident and just airing the ball out, those moon balls, if he could keep, his turnovers down, which he has done. And Mike Tomlin, this is a well-coached football team. Special teams, Cam Boswell is probably one of the best kickers in the NFL right now. He doesn't miss. So all 3 levels, this team is coached very well. Special teams, offense, defense. This team is really good. George Pickens is probably not going to play against Philly this week. I think Philly will win this game. And hot take, Steelers are really good. I think they could beat anybody in the playoffs. But I think Baltimore still wins this division. This is a hot take for me. But I think Baltimore, coming off the bye, Lamar Jackson these last 4 weeks, I think he's going to put up MVP level performances and he's going to play at a high level. Pittsburgh, what's going to cost them this division? Next 3 games, it's a fucking gauntlet. They got Philly, they got Baltimore, and then they got the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they go 1-2 in those games. I think they beat the Chiefs though, because that defense, the Chiefs have been struggling. The last 5 games the Chiefs have won, it's been 15 points, totaled up, which is crazy. That shows you those 1-score games, they're going to win those games. When it comes down to it, those last drives, it's been really voodoo magic type shit, black magic type shit, why they've been winning these games. Like their kicker just bounced it off the upright in with seconds to spare in that game against the Chargers, the game against the Raiders. Jackson Powers Johnson fumbling the snap. Just crazy stuff down to the wire. But I think Pittsburgh can beat the Chiefs and they'll beat the Chiefs. But I think Baltimore at the bank, they'll lose that game. Lamar Jackson will be different and they'll lose Philly. They'll lose to Philly. With those 2 losses, I think Pittsburgh is a wild card team then. But I still think that's one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC. I think they'll still be able to beat anybody. They'll be able to beat Buffalo, KC. Those games they can win. Will they win? We don't know yet. I would take Buffalo and I would take Kansas City. I think that would be a close-ass, a really good playoff game. So I think Baltimore wins this division still. I'm banking on Lamar Jackson to just go crazy these next 4 games. The Ravens have the Giants, Pittsburgh, Houston, and Cleveland. They win all 4 of those games. And like I said, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the next 3 games is a gauntlet. After those 3 games, they have Cincinnati, which might be an important game for them to win. So I think Baltimore takes care of business in those 4 games and they win their division. Pittsburgh, I think they match up probably with Houston. I think for their first time in a while, they win their first round playoff matchup and move on to the divisional round, and they'll meet up with probably Buffalo, Kansas City, one of those teams, Baltimore, and it's gonna come down to the wire. Like I've been saying, Pittsburgh can beat anybody. I just don't like what these next 3 games look like for them. Russell Wilson, this offense, I think they're bound to give you a bad game. Cleveland, they lost that game a couple weeks back. Against these 3 opponents, you're gonna lose at least one of these games. I don't think they're going to lose all 3 because they're good enough to win one of these games. But I think the most likely outcome, 1-2 in these next 3 games. Let me know down below what you think, what will happen in these next games. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.